that doesn't work. That can never work. How
Yeah,
I'm
it's
curious.
ridiculous.
I'm curious to know from the previous season of the Ultimatum, like who, like, where are these relationships now?
We can look it up as we talk
Yeah, look
about
it up.
it.
Look it up while I kind of
I'm gonna.
while you're looking. But oh yes, we accept. I mean, I think a lot of people accept that this is bad television. I mean, it's the good bad television of
Hmm.
just reality TV, trashy television that you're watching. But sadly, I think that there are a lot of people who kind of watch this with thinking that this can happen type of thing, and that thinking is this is the
Yeah,
right thing. And I can't remember their names, but there are definitely a couple of people who look like they think that this is the solution. And that's just
yeah,
terrible. That's just, you know, think about how you're feeling and what you want and things like that. And with the Roxanne character and things like that, oh, but I don't want to end up regretting. If you are afraid that you're going to end up regretting, then you're not listening to what you need. So as soon as you
yeah,
are afraid, then just take a moment to, what do you want? What are you feeling now? What are you thinking now? And then act accordingly. And then
yeah,
it comes out to the same solution, and it comes out to the same solution, but then you won't regret it for sure. But if you're just acting in the, oh, I need to earn money and fit in this 2023 mold, and people are doing this and people are expecting this of me and this and that, then yes, you will regret it 100%.
yeah. So it's just a nat. It's like such a natural instinct to to get upset at when you see your person with another person. And I'm like, now thinking back to how Lisa reacted, and I'm thinking maybe that's like a natural reaction, and maybe that's like what I mean. I think it's an exaggerated reaction, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm saying like it's so unnatural to do this kind of experiment, to put yourself
Yeah.
in this situation where I'm saying, of course, the other person's gonna get upset, and of course they're gonna get like jealous and feel betrayed. Like there's no other way around it. Like you're not actually broken up. Like they say, oh, we're breaking up, and they keep referring to themselves in the trial marriages as that's my ex boyfriend. Like you're not exes. Like that it's like kind of it seems ridiculous to me.
I think
But
it's the producers that want to, that tell them you should refer to them as your ex and not
yeah,
like
yeah.
for the dramatic effect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway,
Go for it.
I have the yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm like thinking about I can't even remember the couples. My God, it's been so long. But there were six couples. I'm actually surprised by these statistics, but it seems well, at least by Wikipedia, two of them have split,
Right.
three of them are married, and one of them is engaged.
And
I wonder how, sorry?
are these the original couples?
Yeah, these are the original couples. And then under the trial marriages, it says that one couple's in a relationship. So like the two couple that split up, so then one of each of them are in a relationship. Well, that's at least what it says.
Damn.
Yeah. I wonder if that's actually up to date though. But
Because,
yeah. But actually, sorry.
well, I'm just comparing to our other favorite TV show, Love Is Blind, that
Yeah. Most of them split up.
yeah, they're all split up, but it takes a couple of years for some of them to split up. So I think we just,
Oh, yeah.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm,
But you
I
know what?
go for it.
No, I was going to say the difference is that they actually came together to this show. It's not like a setup.
I agree.
So,
I agree, but
but
I recognize that the Wikipedia page is kind of going is proving us wrong, but I will go out on a limb and say it's a matter of time before, and not a long time, a couple of years, that these people were just going to realize that they are forcing something that's not meant to be forced.
yeah, yeah. And I feel like a lot of them are also very young. Like a bunch of them are like 20, in the early 20s still. And I'm like, you're still so young, and you're like, and it's no wonder that like you don't feel ready yet for marriage, or that you're feeling pressured, or that you don't know what you want yet. It's like it's ridiculous. I find it ridiculous. Like again, also like in The Bachelor, I always found it so funny when they brought such young women to compete for The Bachelor. Like you're so young, and they're talking about how like it's so hard to find someone, and I'm like, no, you're just very young and you still don't know what you want, and it's fine, and you should take this time to be with yourself a bit. So
So that, yes, there is the age thing, and there's that couple who have been together for 7 years, like high school sweethearts.
yeah, Ryan and I actually have the names here, Ryan and something.
And so, and he says, she says she wants to get married.
Entry. No, sorry, what did
She says she wants to get married, and he says he doesn't know if he believes in like true love.
yeah,
And I want to say to her, he's saying that he doesn't believe that he has been with you for 7 years, a third of his life, and he's saying that he doesn't know how you fit into his life. So he is telling you
yeah,
something. He is telling you that he just doesn't believe it, which, so, move on, give up. And he's also, I want to tell him, dude, if you're not sure and you want to date other women, then just do that. And it's fine. And whether you're 23 or 53, if you're not sure,
yeah,
then just, you're allowed to be unsure.
yeah, yeah. Especially when you've been, oh my God, when you, well, here's the thing is like when you've met your person when you're so young and still high school, I feel like that's such a young age to and I mean some people do find the right person for them at such a young age, and they end up getting married and being high school sweethearts and whatever. But I feel like it's such a rare case where it actually works out with the first person you've ever dated. And I feel like I don't know, it's just crazy to me.
I agree. And I feel like I know a couple who were high school sweethearts, and they're going on like two couples actually. One is going on like 13 years, and the other is going on 10 years, and they're our
Yeah.
age. So I feel that they are, the exception for sure. But
Mm-hmm.
when I was in Thailand last year, I met this 18 or 19-year-old, and she was just so conscious and so aware, and she was so just on it, of just honoring her feelings and just things like that. So she was single, or I mean, I don't know if she's single now, but at the time she had just broken up and was just not looking to go into a relationship and
Mm-hmm.
was single and things like that. But I feel that that type of person at such a young age, being so impressively conscious and aware, would be able to stick out a relationship that lasts so long.
Yeah.
The reason why I talk about, because she's so young, and usually most people, definitely in my case, they take a while to just do the work, and, you know, the self development work and things like that. And so you can have a relationship that starts really early and goes on forever, as long as you are conscious and aware and just completely
Mm-hmm.
grounded and self sufficient and things like that. And so I feel that this girl, if she was in a relationship, she could make it work, and that would be great. But other than that, if it's just two teenagers getting into a relationship and just kind of flailing about because that's what a lot of young people do, then
Yeah.
it can't work out.
Yeah. And I don't feel like you need to date around and be with a bunch of people to know who your person is or to settle down. I feel like that's a common misconception where people say, "Oh, your single life or singlehood, whatever you want to call it, is to have sex with a bunch of people and to experiment and go out and have fun." And that's not what it is. I feel like yeah, it may be a part of it, but I feel like we shouldn't be only dating around and only experimenting and having sex with a bunch of people while we're single. I feel like we should experimenting with ourselves and getting to know ourselves better and expanding our world and doing trials and errors and going out and experiencing new things. And that's how you find your right person, by knowing who you are and what you want, and not by, going out and being with other people. I feel like that's another reason why I don't believe in this concept where being with another person is just going to confuse you even more, and it's not going to give you the answers that you want, especially when it again I maybe it's specifically this season, but I felt like all the trial marriages were not like really, they weren't, I felt like none of them were actually there to really want to date and to be with each other. Like they were sort of just there to figure out what they want with the other person, which makes sense. But like then it's sort of like, then why are you doing these trial marriages? Like no one's actually giving it a real shot to be together. Like no one was really, you know what I mean? No one was really like, oh, maybe this is my person. And it's like ridiculous. It's like this person
Yeah.
is not. I don't know.
Yeah. I was going to say something and then it just flew out of my mind. But
Love it when that happens.
but I it's just focus on yourself. And oh, it came back. The ultimatum, like what happened with Brian and Lisa or whatever, the couple that got the pregnancy and things like that, the huge blow.
Mm-hmm.
If you give an ultimatum, if you are in a relationship and you think, right, I have to get married, it's in my bones, or I have to have kids, or I have
Mm-hmm.
to move across the world, like these big, big things, and it's in your bones and you feel it, and the person in front of you isn't feeling it, if you are feeling of giving the ultimatum or things like that, if you tell them, listen, this is very important for me, let's just decide now, are we going to move forward or are we breaking up? Like it's an
Yeah.
ultimatum, but not, it's also kind of stating what you want and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to be okay with the consequence. So either if you tell, your partner, I want to get married or we break up, if they end up saying fine, we break up, then that needs to be okay. You need to be ready for it. And
Yeah.
I don't feel that that's the ultimatum of just, it's not menacing. It's just, well, I want to stay with you. I don't want to manipulate you, but I also need this. I need to know if you're on the same page, and I don't want to mess around. Are you on the same page or not? And so, yes, no, okay, fine. We stay together, we break up. But yeah, just messing around of talking to other people, and because if this other person wants to get married but is the total opposite of everything else that you love, is that was that the point? Really? I don't think so.
Yeah. I feel like the ultimatum is just putting pressure. I feel it's natural to not want to waste your time and energy with a person who's just not going the same direction that you are, and that they don't want the same things that you do. And it's fine. And it's important to talk about these things openly and creating a healthy communication so you don't waste each other's time and so you don't string each other along. But then you also want to understand that you don't want to pressure the other person. So you may be the right people for each other, but you don't necessarily have the same timestamp. Like you don't necessarily want to get married at the same time. So you either have to be patient with each other and understand that these things, you don't, it doesn't always happen when you want it to anyway, or you understand that it's just not right for both of you together, and it's okay. And it's being okay, again, like you said, with the outcome, and not, making the other